We know that solar energy offers one of the cheapest and quickest avenues for combating global warming through decarbonising the energy network. What is less well known is how solar can support UK farming and food security, not only through climate change mitigation, but through site design and management.
Honington Solar Farm in Suffolk sits within our listed fund, NESF, and has an installed DC capacity of 13.5 megawatt. That is equivalent to powering approximately 6,000 homes for a year. Today we're putting a camera onto the back of one of the sheep here on the solar farm. This is to see how they use the solar farm and where they go across the site.
There are some common misconceptions about solar farms that we should tackle. On an asset level, we can see that although solar farms are relatively extensive in land use, the direct footprint of a given site is generally no more than 3%, and this leaves the remaining land in and amongst the infrastructure to be used and managed in a way that can improve biodiversity and complement agricultural productivity.
The benefits for me as a sheep farmer with the solar plants, first of all, they're very safe sites. It's monitored, that's quite reassuring for us. The panels themselves provide excellent shelter. I proved it a couple of years ago when we had 40 degrees for several weeks, when there was no grass about anywhere, that actually under the panels were protected, and that's the only grass we had. Hello, Gil.
So the margin areas across the site are really great for providing long tusky grassland, which in turn provides foraging resources for insects and small mammals, and then this in turn attracts more predatory species such as kestrels and owls.
Agricultural land covers about 60 to 70% of the UK. If the government is to meet its targets of increasing solar capacity fivefold, ground-mounted solar could cover a total of almost 700 kilometres squared by 2035. This is less than half of the land currently used to grow biomass energy crops and less than golf courses. Good to see you.
Good to see you, mate.
Thanks for coming out today.
No problem.
Yeah.
A lot of the estate grassland is on pure sand, and you wouldn't get this sort of resilience in drought and this sort of healthy plant that grows in, around and underneath the panels.
Yeah, interesting.
Plus the peaks and troughs of the weather, these things really give us the stability and the income to reinvest in the whole farm as a whole enterprise.
NextEnergy's business units allows us to plan from site level all the way through to asset management and decommissioning. What that means is that we can work with the landowners, work with the planners, and ensure that we can create the best possible outcomes for solar and nature.